Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm BobsKidAndJoePT, and for today what I have in here it is Battlefield 5, the single player. So since we don't really have too much time to test out this game because I have limited time access to Battlefield 5, I had to test the game only at the beginning, so I haven't had the time to test in multiple other environments as you can expect, so I had to remain with the first mission. So let's start it all. So I'm playing the game at 1080p, I have in here the default stuff, chromatic aberration, film grain, all this stuff comes enabled by default, and I know that many people don't like it, so they might want to disable this if they don't want it, okay? It's not really demanding, it's more of a matter of an option if you want it or not. And this is the real graphical setting, so I'm using DirectX 11, alright, HDR is being used, and no VSync and GPU memory restriction. This is to help the game to not use more VRAM than it should, because I just have 2 GB of VRAM, and this prevents the game to overuse the memory of the VRAM of the graphic card, preventing some stuttering. At least it was supposed to do that, okay? It might not work that way so well as I was expecting, but yeah, it is used mostly for that. For example, on Mirror's Edge, it downgraded the shadow quality in order to fit inside the VRAM usage. So for the settings, I will be using medium settings. I'm using textures on low because it consumes a lot of VRAM, and it seems that even with the textures on low, this game makes use of the entire 2 GB of VRAM, and at some point it seems that it's not even enough. But all the rest of the stuff, it is set to medium, and TV-Asing it is set to TAA. You can only select TAA low or high, and this is the results that I got throughout the first mission. So with the eye settings, you can notice that the game did drop from 30 frames per second, so that's why I recommend you to use medium settings. Medium settings, I got an average of 55, with a 1% low of 34, and the low settings delivered an average of 60, with a 1% low of 32, having worse minimums than the median settings. This is because when I choose the low settings in this game, what really happens is I'm able to have better frame rate, higher frame rates, but it puts more load on the CPU because of that. And when that happens, the CPU gets very stressed out and it starts to deliver inconsistent frames and starts to stutter. So in my opinion, despite if you choose medium settings, despite you have less frame rate, the game feels overall more stable. So that's why I recommend you to go with medium settings, okay? The difference from medium to high settings, what I noticed the most, it was the usage of screen space reflections. So when you set to high, you can actually see reflections on the puddles and stuff like that, okay? And while on medium or low, you don't get any reflections like you are seeing in here. Of course, if you have a 2080 Ti, you can enable ray tracing, which delivers much more realistic reflections instead of the screen space. But we are poor, so we don't even have screen space reflections in this game right now. Okay, so yeah, that's mostly that. But this is the single player. The single player performs acceptably well. Unfortunately, I can't say the same thing regarding multiplayer. The multiplayer runs really bad, mostly because CPU fault and, in my opinion, lack of optimization of the game. I will deliver a separate video for the multiplayer in the future, so stay tuned for the channel in order to check it out the performance. Alright, but for now this video will be exclusively about this first mission of Battlefield 5. And to add a little bit up the stuff, all I want to say is that I'm recording it with AMD Radeon Relive, and for some reason, which I don't understand, in Battlefield games there is a big loss in performance when I use Relive, so those results up there on the upper left corner are not really accurate comparing to without recording. So I'm having a penalty of 10 to 15 frames per second because of the recording, which I don't understand why this happens only in Battlefield games. Okay, so guys, that's all that I want to talk about Battlefield 5. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye, hope you enjoy it.
So once you're down there, pull your finger out your ass and find a way inside. No time to wait, son. Down you go.
Whoa! Easy, easy. Fuck this for a game of soldiers. You horrible bastard, Mason. Hello, sweetheart. Time to get out of here.
Guys, Move to one of those arches now!
Oh, hello. You ultraman, or do ya?